There's a vegetable sitting in most refrigerators right now that millions of people eat every single day, thinking they're making a healthy choice. This same vegetable appears in salads, sandwiches, and side dishes across dinner tables worldwide. Yet emerging research suggests this common food might be doing something unexpected inside our bodies. It might be creating an environment where cancer cells can thrive and multiply. Before we dive deep into today's topic, please take a moment to comment below and let us know where you're watching from. We love connecting with viewers from around the world. And if you find this information valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more health insights that can truly change your life. Dr. Mindy Pelz, a renowned functional medicine expert, has been studying how certain foods interact with our cellular processes. Her research points to a disturbing connection between this everyday vegetable and the growth patterns of cancerous cells. The science behind this discovery challenges everything we thought we knew about healthy eating. Cancer doesn't just appear overnight. It develops through a complex process that can take years or even decades. Understanding how certain foods influence this process gives us power over our health outcomes. When we know which foods create favorable conditions for cancer growth, we can make informed decisions that protect our bodies. The vegetable in question contains specific compounds that affect how our cells communicate with each other. These compounds can disrupt normal cellular functions and create inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation has been linked to numerous health problems, including various types of cancer. Think of your body like a garden. Just as certain conditions help weeds grow while others help flowers bloom, certain foods create environments where cancer cells flourish while others support healthy cell function. The key lies in understanding which foods belong in which category. Dr. Pelz's research focuses on how food choices impact our metabolic health. She discovered that this particular vegetable triggers responses in our bodies that most people never connect to their long-term health outcomes. These responses happen silently, without obvious symptoms, making them particularly dangerous. Our ancestors ate vastly different diets than we do today. They consumed foods that were seasonal, local, and unprocessed. Their cancer rates were significantly lower than ours. While many factors contribute to modern cancer statistics, diet plays a crucial role that we're only beginning to understand. The human body evolved over thousands of years, eating specific types of foods. When we introduce foods that our bodies aren't designed to process efficiently, problems can arise. This doesn't mean these foods are inherently evil, but it does mean we need to understand their effects on our health. Modern agriculture has changed how vegetables are grown, harvested, and stored. These changes affect the nutritional content and chemical composition of our food. What appears to be the same vegetable our grandparents ate might actually be quite different at a molecular level. Processing and preservation methods also alter how foods affect our bodies. Even fresh vegetables undergo treatments that can change their impact on our health. Understanding these changes helps us make better choices about what we put on our plates. The vegetable we're discussing is corn. Yes, the golden kernels that appear at barbecues, in cereals, and as high fructose corn syrup in countless processed foods. Corn has become so ubiquitous in our food supply that most people consume it multiple times per day without realizing it. Corn isn't just the kernels you see on the cob. It appears in forms you might not recognize. Corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, and dozens of other corn-derived ingredients fill our food supply. Reading ingredient labels reveals just how prevalent corn has become in modern diets. The problem with corn lies in its unique composition. Unlike other vegetables, corn contains high levels of a specific type of sugar that affects our bodies differently than other carbohydrates. This sugar can spike blood glucose levels rapidly, creating metabolic stress that impacts cellular health. Dr. Pelz explains that when blood sugar spikes repeatedly throughout the day, our cells become less responsive to insulin. This condition, known as insulin resistance, creates an environment where abnormal cell growth can occur more easily. Cancer cells, in particular, thrive in high glucose environments. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect people with diabetes. It can develop gradually in anyone who regularly consumes foods that cause dramatic blood sugar fluctuations. Many people walk around with some degree of insulin resistance without knowing it, creating perfect conditions for various health problems. The relationship between blood sugar and cancer is complex but well documented. Cancer cells consume glucose at much higher rates than normal cells. When we flood our bloodstream with glucose through corn consumption, we're essentially providing premium fuel for any cancer cells that might be present. Think of cancer cells like opportunistic weeds in your garden. They're always looking for the right conditions to grow and spread. High blood sugar levels provide exactly the nutrients these cells need to multiply rapidly. By controlling blood sugar, we can limit their growth potential. Corn consumption affects more than just blood sugar levels. The way corn is typically grown involves heavy pesticide use. These chemicals remain on and in the corn we eat, adding another layer of potential harm to our bodies. Pesticides have been linked to various health problems, including certain types of cancer. Glyphosate, one of the most commonly used pesticides on corn crops, has been classified as a probable carcinogen by international health organizations. This chemical doesn't wash off easily and can accumulate in our bodies over time. Regular corn consumption means regular exposure to these potentially harmful substances. The genetic modification of corn adds another dimension to consider. Most corn grown today has been genetically altered to resist pests and herbicides. While regulatory agencies declare these modifications safe, long-term studies on their health effects remain limited. We're essentially participating in a large-scale experiment with our food supply. Genetically modified organisms can affect our gut bacteria in ways we're still discovering. Our digestive system contains trillions of beneficial bacteria that help us process food, maintain immunity, and even influence our mood. Disrupting this delicate ecosystem can have far-reaching health consequences. The gut-brain connection is real and powerful. When our digestive system is compromised, it affects our entire body, including our ability to fight off diseases like cancer. Maintaining healthy gut bacteria is crucial for optimal immune function and overall health. Corn's impact on inflammation represents another serious concern. Chronic inflammation creates an environment where normal cells can become cancerous. The compounds in corn can trigger inflammatory responses throughout the body, particularly in people who are sensitive to these substances. Inflammation is like a fire inside your body. A little bit helps you heal from injuries and fight infections. Too much, however, damages healthy tissues and creates conditions where diseases can develop and spread. Corn consumption can fuel this internal fire. Dr. Pelz emphasizes that individual responses to corn vary significantly. Some people can consume moderate amounts without obvious problems, while others experience immediate symptoms like bloating, fatigue, or mood changes. These symptoms often indicate underlying inflammatory responses. The addictive nature of corn-based foods presents another challenge. High fructose corn syrup, in particular, affects brain chemistry in ways that encourage overconsumption. This creates a cycle where people crave the very foods that may be harming their health. Food addiction is real and powerful. The combination of sugars found in corn products can trigger reward pathways in the brain, similar to those activated by drugs. Breaking free from these patterns requires understanding how these foods affect our neurochemistry. Many people report feeling tired, moody, or unsatisfied after eating corn-based foods. These feelings often lead to eating more, creating a cycle of overconsumption that compounds the health risks. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking free from them. The hidden sources of corn in our food supply make avoidance challenging. Corn appears in unexpected places, from vitamins and supplements to meat from corn-fed animals. Even foods labeled as healthy often contain corn-derived ingredients that most people don't recognize. Reading ingredient labels becomes crucial when trying to reduce corn consumption. Names like dextrose, maltodextrin, and citric acid often indicate corn-derived ingredients. Learning to identify these hidden sources empowers people to make more informed food choices. The economic forces behind corn production help explain why it's so prevalent in our food supply. Government subsidies make corn inexpensive to grow, encouraging its use in countless food products. This economic reality means consumers must be more vigilant about identifying and avoiding corn-based ingredients. Replacing corn in your diet doesn't mean sacrificing taste or nutrition. Many whole food alternatives provide better nutrition without the associated health risks. Vegetables like broccoli, spinach, and bell peppers offer more vitamins and minerals without the blood sugar spikes. Dr. Pelz recommends focusing on vegetables that grow above ground rather than starchy options like corn, leafy greens, cruciferous. Vegetables and colorful bell peppers provide essential nutrients while supporting stable blood sugar levels. These choices help create an environment where healthy cells thrive. The preparation method also matters when choosing vegetables. Raw or lightly cooked vegetables retain more of their beneficial compounds than heavily processed options. Simple preparation methods like steaming or sautéing preserve nutrition while enhancing flavor. Timing of vegetable consumption can impact blood sugar responses. Eating vegetables with protein and healthy fats helps slow the absorption of any natural sugars they contain. This approach prevents the rapid blood sugar spikes that can fuel cancer cell growth. Understanding glycemic index helps people make better food choices. This measurement indicates how quickly foods raise blood sugar levels. Corn has a relatively high glycemic index, while most other vegetables have much lower values, making them safer choices for metabolic health. The frequency of corn consumption matters as much as the quantity. Regular daily exposure to corn products keeps blood sugar levels elevated and maintains chronic inflammation. Reducing consumption frequency allows the body time to recover between exposures. Some people choose to eliminate corn entirely from their diets, while others opt for occasional consumption of organic, non-GMO varieties. The best approach depends on individual health goals, current health status, and personal tolerance levels. Working with healthcare providers can help determine the most appropriate strategy. Detoxification becomes important when reducing corn consumption. The body needs support to eliminate accumulated toxins and restore normal metabolic function. Drinking plenty of clean water, eating fiber-rich foods, and supporting liver function all help this process. Sleep quality often improves when people reduce corn consumption. The blood sugar fluctuations caused by corn can disrupt sleep patterns, leading to poor rest and reduced immune function. Better sleep supports the body's natural ability to fight diseases, including cancer. Exercise becomes more effective when blood sugar levels are stable. People who reduce corn consumption often report having more energy for physical activity. Regular exercise is one of the best ways to reduce cancer risk and support overall health. Mental clarity frequently improves when people eliminate corn from their diets. The blood sugar roller coaster caused by corn consumption can affect cognitive function, mood, and concentration. Stable blood sugar supports better brain function. Throughout the day, Weight management becomes easier without corn's blood sugar disruptions. Stable blood sugar levels reduce cravings and make it easier to maintain healthy eating patterns. This creates a positive cycle where good choices become easier to maintain over time. Social situations can present challenges when avoiding corn. Many social gatherings center around corn-containing foods like pizza, snacks, and desserts. Planning ahead and bringing alternative options helps maintain dietary goals while still enjoying social connections. Restaurants often use corn-based ingredients in unexpected ways. Asking questions about food preparation and ingredient lists helps identify potential sources of corn. Many restaurants are willing to accommodate dietary restrictions when approached respectfully. Food manufacturers are beginning to respond to consumer demand for corn-free options. Reading labels carefully and supporting companies that offer cleaner ingredients encourages this positive trend. Consumer choices drive market changes over time. The cost argument often comes up when discussing healthier food choices. While organic, whole foods may cost more initially, the long-term health savings can be significant. Preventing disease is always less expensive than treating it after it develops. Meal planning becomes essential when avoiding corn-based foods. Having healthy options readily available prevents impulsive food choices that might include corn. Preparation and planning are key strategies for maintaining dietary changes long-term. Children present special considerations when it comes to corn consumption. Their developing bodies may be more susceptible to the negative effects of corn-based foods. Teaching children to recognize and avoid these foods early sets them up for lifelong health success. Pregnancy and breastfeeding create additional concerns. About corn consumption, the compounds in corn can cross the placental barrier and appear in breast milk. Protecting developing babies from unnecessary exposure supports their optimal growth and development. Elderly individuals may be particularly vulnerable to corn's effects. As we age, our ability to process sugar decreases, making the blood sugar spikes from corn consumption even more problematic. Stable blood sugar becomes increasingly important for maintaining health in later years. People with existing health conditions need to be especially careful about corn consumption. Diabetes, heart disease, and autoimmune conditions can all be worsened by the inflammation and blood sugar disruptions caused by corn. Working with healthcare providers ensures safe dietary changes. The timeline for seeing improvements after reducing corn consumption varies among individuals. Some people notice changes within days, while others may take weeks or months to experience benefits. Patience and consistency are important during this transition period. Tracking symptoms and improvements helps people stay motivated during dietary changes. Keeping a food and symptom diary can reveal patterns and help identify trigger foods. This information becomes valuable for fine-tuning dietary approaches. Support systems play a crucial role in making lasting dietary changes. Family members, friends, and healthcare providers can all contribute to success. Sharing goals and progress with others creates accountability and encouragement. Education continues to be the most powerful tool for making healthy food choices. Understanding how foods affect our bodies empowers us to make decisions that support long-term health. Knowledge truly is power when it comes to preventing disease. The food industry spends billions of dollars marketing corn-based products as healthy options. Developing critical thinking skills about food marketing helps consumers see through misleading claims. Not everything labeled as healthy actually supports optimal health. Research in this area continues to evolve as scientists learn more about the connections between diet and disease. Staying informed about new developments helps people adjust their dietary strategies as new information becomes available. Science-based approaches provide the best foundation for health decisions. Personal experimentation becomes necessary since Individual responses to foods vary significantly. What works for one person may not work for another. Paying attention to how your body responds to different foods provides valuable information for customizing your diet. The Mediterranean diet offers an excellent example of how traditional eating patterns can support health. This approach emphasizes whole foods, healthy fats, and moderate amounts of unprocessed carbohydrates. Cancer rates are typically lower in regions that follow traditional Mediterranean eating patterns. Asian dietary traditions also provide valuable insights into healthy eating. Traditional Asian diets focus on vegetables, lean proteins, and minimal processed foods. The cancer rates in countries following traditional dietary patterns are often lower than those in Western nations. Cultural food traditions developed over thousands of years often reflect optimal eating patterns for health. Modern, processed foods, including corn-based products, represent a dramatic departure from these time-tested approaches. Looking to traditional diets can guide healthier food choices. The environmental impact of corn production adds another dimension to consider. Industrial corn farming depletes soil nutrients, requires heavy pesticide use, and contributes to environmental pollution. Choosing alternative foods can support both personal health and environmental sustainability. Sustainable farming practices produce healthier foods with fewer harmful chemicals. Supporting farmers who use organic, regenerative methods encourages the production of cleaner, more nutritious foods. Consumer demand drives agricultural practices over time. Local food systems often provide healthier options than industrial. Agriculture, farmers' markets, community-supported agriculture, and local producers typically offer fresher, less processed foods. Building relationships with local food producers supports both health and community. Seasonal eating aligns our diets with natural patterns and often provides optimal nutrition. Foods that are in season locally are typically fresher, more nutritious, and less processed than those shipped from distant locations. This approach naturally limits consumption of out-of-season foods like corn. Food preservation techniques affect nutritional value and safety. Traditional methods like fermentation can actually increase the nutritional value of foods, while modern processing often strips away beneficial compounds. Understanding these differences helps guide food selection. The micronutrient content of foods has declined significantly over the past century due to industrial farming practices. This means we may need to eat more nutrient-dense foods to get the same nutritional value our ancestors received. Choosing the most nutritious options becomes increasingly important. Supplementation may become necessary when avoiding certain food groups. Working with healthcare providers can help identify any nutritional gaps and determine appropriate supplementation strategies. However, whole foods should always be the primary source of nutrition when possible. Hydration plays a crucial role in cellular health and cancer prevention. Clean, filtered water supports the body's natural detoxification processes and helps maintain optimal cellular function. Staying well hydrated becomes even more important when making dietary changes. Stress management complements dietary changes in supporting overall health. Chronic stress can promote inflammation and create conditions that favor disease development. Combining healthy eating with stress reduction techniques provides comprehensive support for health. The mind-body connection influences how foods affect our health. Our thoughts and emotions about food can actually change how our bodies process what we eat. Approaching dietary changes with a positive mindset supports better outcomes. Gradual changes often prove more sustainable than dramatic dietary overhauls. Making small, consistent modifications allows the body and mind to adjust gradually. This approach reduces the likelihood of reverting to old eating patterns. Celebration and enjoyment of food remain important even when making health-focused changes. Finding healthy foods that bring joy and satisfaction helps. Maintain long-term dietary changes. Healthy eating doesn't have to mean sacrificing pleasure or social connections. The ripple effects of dietary changes often extend beyond personal health. Family members and friends may be inspired to make their own improvements. Leading by example can positively influence the health of entire communities. Future research will continue to reveal new connections between diet and health. Staying open to new information while maintaining a foundation of whole food nutrition provides the best approach to long-term health. Science will continue to guide our understanding of optimal nutrition. The journey toward better health through nutrition is personal and ongoing. Each person must find their own path based on their individual needs, preferences, and circumstances. What matters most is making consistent progress toward healthier choices. Taking action based on current knowledge while remaining open to new information provides the best approach to health. We don't need perfect information to make beneficial changes. Starting with what we know and adjusting as we learn more creates a sustainable path forward. The investment in learning about nutrition and making dietary changes pays dividends in health, energy, and quality of life. Prevention truly is worth a pound of cure when it comes to serious diseases like cancer. The choices we make today influence our health outcomes for years to come. Remember that small changes compound over time to create significant improvements in health. You don't need to transform your entire diet overnight. Start by reducing corn consumption and replacing it with nutrient-dense alternatives. Your body will thank you for these positive changes. Thank you for taking the time to learn about this important health topic. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more evidence-based health content. Your support helps us continue bringing you the information you need to make informed decisions about your health. Don't forget to share this video with anyone who might benefit from this information. Together, we can help more people understand how their food choices impact their long-term health outcomes.